You think you know the story of Little Red Riding Hood. A sweet little girl, a basket of goodies, and a big bad wolf. But what if I told you the story you've heard 1,000 times is just the surface? What if the real story is much darker, more twisted, and holds secrets that have been hidden for centuries? Let's rewind. Everyone pictures Little Red Riding Hood as this innocent child, skipping through the woods in her bright red cloak. But why red? In folklore, the color red is a powerful symbol. It represents passion, danger, and coming of age. It's a color that says, "Look at me." Was she really that naive, or was she deliberately drawing attention to herself? Some versions of the tale, long before the Brothers Grimm cleaned it up for children, suggest that her journey through the woods was a rite of passage, a symbolic step into womanhood. And then there's the wolf. We see him as a pure villain, a creature of mindless hunger. But let's look closer. He speaks, he strategizes, he even cross-dresses. This isn't just some wild animal, he's cunning, intelligent, and oddly human-like. In some older French versions of the story, the wolf doesn't just eat Grandma. He prepares a meal for Red Riding Hood from her remains and invites her to join him. It's a horrifying detail, but it changes everything. The wolf becomes less of a predator and more of a tempter, a dark figure testing her boundaries and her innocence. Think about the path she takes. Her mother warns her explicitly, "Don't stray from the path." It's the oldest rule in the book, a metaphor for staying within the safe, known boundaries of society. But what does she do? She strays. She talks to a stranger. The wolf and gives him all the information he needs. Is this simple childish disobedience, or is it a subconscious desire for adventure, for the thrill of the unknown? By leaving the path, she's choosing to explore the wild, untamed parts of the world, and of herself. And what about Grandma? She's often seen as a helpless old woman, but her house is deep in the woods, isolated. She lives on the edge of civilization and the wilderness. Is she just a victim, or is she a gatekeeper of sorts? Her home becomes the final stage for this dark drama. When the wolf impersonates her, he's taking over the role of a trusted matriarch, twisting comfort and safety into a terrifying trap. The famous lines, "What big eyes you have, what big ears you have," aren't just a child's questions. It's a slow, dawning realization that the person she trusts is actually a monster in disguise. The ending we all know, with the woodsman conveniently showing up to save the day, is actually a later addition. In many of the original folk tales, there is no woodsman, there is no rescue. The story ends when the wolf eats Little Red Riding Hood, period. It was a brutal, straightforward cautionary tale. Disobey your parents. Talk to strangers, and you will face the consequences. The happy ending was added to make the story more palatable for children, but it robs the tale of its original, terrifying power. So, the next time you think of Little Red Riding Hood, don't just picture a girl in a red cloak. Picture a story about the transition from childhood to adulthood, the allure of danger, and the fine line between innocence and awareness. It's a story that warns us that the path of life is full of wolves, and sometimes they look just like Grandma. The real question isn't whether the wolf was bad, but why Little Red was so willing to stray from the path to meet him. What do you think? Was she a victim or a willing participant in her own dark fairy tale? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like and subscribe for more hidden stories behind the tales you thought you knew.